and there's not really much you can do about it. You can throw it hard and straight, but you're not going to carry very well.
Hugh in his victory over Bob Handley did shoot a big game, 248 with 8 strikes. But this is for the title. Salvemini with 77 through the 5th. 6th frame.
Well, we can actually come out and do a little session of bowling tips of the week by just filming some of these last games. These spares, these fellas have been leaving the last 3 or 4 weeks as Joe's fiance from Oklahoma City looks on, Kim, rooting for Joe to at least convert this spare and stay in the match. Players have left some weird shots, have had a lot of problems in the last couple of weeks, and obviously really have to work on their spare games to stay in contention.
This is a tournament leader. Earlier we said why he struggled in the past and how that has he come back.
Well, I just had a lot of trouble with injuries the last year and a half, and it was tough. I went to work on some stretching and working out a little bit better, eating a little bit better, and knew I wasn't getting any younger. The ability was there, but it was frustrating. I just kept working hard and got myself back to 100%, and this week it all came together, and so I think it's my time.
Bowling balls are hitting like 14-pounders, or even as the parlance on the PBA Tour goes, like marshmallows back there, because it's just oil almost all the way to the pit area. And those injuries that Salvemini were talking about, he had a pulled hamstring, and then he had a back injury, which has slowed him down the last year and a half, but he says he's 100% now, but he trails by 8 pins.
Now, Hugh Miller, 7th frame, spare working, leading by 8. For Hugh, that's his 2nd strike here in the championship match.
If you look at Hugh Miller's game, he's been around the pocket almost all the time. He left the 9-pin in the 1st frame, 7 in the 2nd, 4-7 in the 3rd. He was just out of the pocket. Then he had that flat 5-7 hit in the 4th, in the pocket in the 5th for a strike, a 7-pin in the 6th, back in the 7th for a strike, and he can take an 18-pin lead if he can double here, 8th frame. Absolutely outstanding shot right there by Hugh Miller as he goes to the wall, carries out the 3-5-6-10. As you see, Salvemini leading by 395 pins. He got off to an early start in the 18-game qualifier, then took over from Bob Benoit halfway through the 24-game match play. Right now, he's in trouble, trails by 18.
Joe Salvemini leaving the 7. Young man who won in Florissant, Missouri. He won in Syracuse, both from the top seed. Then his 3rd victory in Austin, he did it from the 3rd seed. Today, he's tournament leader.
Randy Peterson, you're coming down the line here. You're the tournament leader, a little bit confused, trailing by 19 pins, 9th frame. What goes through your mind?
Well, I tell you what, Joe's got to feel pretty lonely out there. He had a great shot all week, and that shot is dissipated. It's gone. And I think just right now he's just going to bite the bullet and just be aggressive and do the best he can.
Let's watch, as is Hugh Miller.
Ninth frame strike by Salvemini.
Now Hugh Miller with a chance to close the door. Last match couldn't do it in the 9th frame. Once again, he has that opportunity for the championship. 9th frame can extend to 29 pins.
7, Hugh Miller, who has 4 titles. He won his first in 1980, his last, the 1984 Quaker State. So 6 years without a win.
He's become a much more consistent player, though. In the last 3 years, he's had a 70% cash rate as he's cashed 17 out of 25 in 87, 15 out of 25 in 88, and 15 out of 22 in 89.
And you think, Bo, he didn't win last year. He earned $61,674.
I think, Chris, you ask any player out here that what thing they would like the most, obviously, is to win as much money in titles, but to feel consistent. It's very frustrating to be a winner 1 week and then not cash for 2 or 3 weeks. Sooner or later, the non-cashes overtake the wins. And for Hugh Miller, right now, he needs 2 strikes and 3 pins to lock up the tournament.
Seven.
Randy Peterson, you couldn't walk down there and place the ball in the 1-2 pocket any better than Hugh Miller did in the 9th and 10th frames.
Absolutely great shots that Huey threw there.
Didn't get a positive result. Now this is as good a shot as you can throw without all 10 pins going down. And the match is still on. If Hugh Miller strikes on this ball, be 192, will force Joe Salvemini to strike in the 10th and 11th frames and get an 8 count or better on his final shot to take the title. Unbelievable, as it said, Chris, 191.
191. Boy, oh boy.
And actually only missed the pocket 1 time. Now Salvemini needs 2 strikes and 7 to win. Anything less, it's Hugh Miller's title.
There's one of them. There's most of his family in attendance here. Pressure is on.
Salvemini has always been a good clutch player. He believes in himself, and this is one of the greatest thrills a young player can have. When you sit at home and you're practicing to come out in the tour, as you see this first good shot in the 10th frame, you put yourself in that situation. I need 2 strikes or 3 strikes to take it all on national television. He's come down to 1 strike and a 7 count. This is it on this shot.
God. He's walking practically out of the house. But he comes back, but there is Hugh Miller.